This is the second part of my video. I should have recorded this when I got off of my coach bus, but I think I was on probably day 2 or 3 when I decided to start from the beginning of the hotel. As I mentioned, this is Hotel XCARET. Also, I wish I would have had probably a videographer to do this, but I couldn't afford to pay for a videographer to travel with me. But anywho, these are the greeters at the hotel. As you can see, this is a very open space. When you get there, they give you little towels, which is very cool, and they'll give you a popsicle, which I think is so sweet. This part of the hotel is where they have the lounge area where you can sit. You can either sit here and wait out before you actually check into your room. If your room isn't ready, they have a little cafe. Excuse me. At this cafe, they have sandwiches. I actually got one of their sandwiches and it is pretty good. I'm in the Tampa Bay area and we have a signature sandwich called Cuban sandwiches. And I think this is the one on the left. I actually asked them to warm it up and it was surprisingly pretty good. I don't eat the macaroons, but they have like little cakes, cookies, sodas. And so this is a nice little shop as well. If you're here and you just want to be somewhere besides the pool, you can hang out there as well. As far as the hotel itself, as I mentioned before, I just wasn't really prepared for the wildlife that was so close in proximity. And I'm saying that as if they were visible the entire time. They were not visible the entire time. It was just the possibility of them, just popping up out of the bushes and scaring the heck out of me. But this resort is actually pretty phenomenal. This area over here, you can actually have an event. I remember my first time at Make Real Estate Real, part of our greeting setup was down that hall. We had music, there was food, we had servers that came to give us little hors d'oeuvres, and we had a really good time actually. It was set up pretty nice. They decorated that area. This area here is, as I mentioned before, I think I have a video. They have one of the most beautiful bathrooms I've ever seen. The tile is amazing. From other videos that I've watched, surprisingly, or I believe each tile is handcrafted. And excuse me, y'all. I just finished eating and just decided to do this video. This hall right here inside of these doors, there is a bigger event hall as well. They have several different event halls. Like the hall that I showed you before, there are event spaces down that area as well. For Make Real Estate Real, we actually hosted our main conference in this particular room. I couldn't go inside because I just don't have access since there's no event going on that I'm hosting. This guy just went into the girls' bathroom. And I was like, yeah, the men is down the other end, sir. But it's easily to get confused on where to go. I didn't even realize that my clothes was matching the tile. But I would still highly recommend the hotel. Again, it's just your preference on if you're okay with seeing a few little raccoon looking animals here and there, and it's built in the jungle. Originally, like I said, I went there in October of 2021, and they did not have high shrubs, high trees. It was very low. The landscaping was very low, so it felt more open. It appears you can actually see more of the beachfront far off from the actual beach area than you can. But you can't do that anymore. It's just, as you can see, these trees right here, all of these shrubs. I might not be saying it properly, but most of that is around the entire resort. I am so super grateful for the trip. I have to do a video on how I'm able to manifest trips. Like this trip right here was manifested. It was something that I always say, hey, I'm gonna go to this particular place. I feel strongly about it. I won't even have the money for it, and the money would pop up. This is the only trip. If y'all, for some people who can afford to have the cash right away, because the prices per night can range you anywhere between 600 per person a night to um shoot, I think ours was like 915, 918 per night, and that was for um how can I say, it wasn't like the best room, but it was an oceanfront, neither was it river view. It was more of the open yard, open court where there was no water view. We eventually got upgraded, thankfully, to the pool view, which you see in some of my reels, which was very beautiful. And they upgraded us for free because there was a air condition leak in the closet. So I didn't even expect them to move us to such a beautiful location. I thought they was actually going to send maintenance in and maybe move our room to a different room in that area, which was far in the back, more in the jungly area. Like you see all these trees right here. It looked more like that. But they moved us closer to the front, which was closer by the water. You can just walk out in your pool each day if you wanted to. My daughter did. I really didn't sit outside as much because I was a little scared, but because I didn't know what would actually come up in the water. I'm from Florida, so we don't play around with water. Where you see water, an alligator can come, a snake can come, anything can come. I don't. I'm just kind of like ashamed of myself that I let fear take over some parts of having a great experience. I don't know some of these statues and the history behind them, but I just thought that the art that was there, that's why they call it Hotel XCARET ARTE, or it might be ARTE, but I think it's RT. They their thing is art. So that's why you see art in these big statues, these beautiful paintings and sculptures all around the hotel and resort, because that's the thing. So from this particular sculpture, though, you can tell it was three generations. You had like the daughter, the mother, and then the grandmother. And I like that they were real life size and realistic bodies, because their body kind of looked like mine. And so I was, and it was about the same height as me. So I just thought that was really cool. And so I don't know what it symbolizes other than just generational, probably just representing generations. And this is going towards the pool area, which I just think this view is so freaking beautiful. It's so gorgeous. Um, but yeah, I was getting ready to say that whenever you are on their website, oh, this right here is, you can, is a little area where you can take pictures. So you can push the button and then you can go out to the little glass area. You look up and then it'll take your picture. But they had those little cameras, see right up here, and then it just takes your picture. Now they had these cameras all around the resort, and I didn't really use it because I just used my phone. So yeah. But back to the actual funding of this trip. So you can go on their website, and this is for a lot of different trips, or you can even do it for flights. And you can hit FlexPay, and you can see if you can get qualified for like a loan, even if you want to fund just probably half of it, and or you can do all of it. And they do, I think, like a soft credit check to see if you actually will qualify. And this particular trip for us was like $5,400, but then with the interest rate, it came to about 6,200, I believe, or 6,400. Some people will be like, Shereen, I ain't finna pay that much. It depends. You know, you can have an abundant mindset, which I believe that's why I was able to manifest, what, 4 trips. And actually, when I look back further, it was actually more than that. This is the first one where I actually had to um, do like a payment plan, which completely okay with. Me and my daughter, we split in the cost, but the other ones I was able to pay cash. And prior to me saying I was going on those trips, I did not have the cash. It would come, and for the most part, it came through my work, or it would come through me selling my house when I sold my house, which that wasn't even in the works at the time that I said that I was going. I would just say it, feel it, imagine myself being at that particular place, have a positive attitude, and just leave it to God. And it happens. So if you ever wish to go somewhere, you might want to try it. I'm not even saying it's like something that could possibly happen. It has happened. This was my 4th trip to where I didn't know where the money was coming from, and it actually worked for me. These grounds are so beautiful. Just absolutely love it. The reason why I even shared the information about the funding is that sometimes when we look online, we think that it's just for other people, and people can get on here and flex and not share secrets and make it seem like, oh yeah, I got the money for this, it costs X, Y, and Z. I'm just my whole entire channel, I told y'all I'm super transparent on a lot of things. So hey, you might say, hey, I didn't even know my credit was that great. And so you might be able to fund a beautiful trip for you and your family, or just by yourself, or just you and your significant other, maybe you and your homegirl, homeboy, and just have the time of your life. And again, I'm so happy that you watched my video. I hope that you really took something positive from it and able to apply it to your life.